Hey traders, in this video we're going to go into a little bit more depth on using the website for trade order entry, specifically for Forex. So Forex has a few more digits than stocks and futures do, and we've been getting a lot of questions about how to do some trade management using the website for Forex. So that's what we're going to do in this video. If you're already pretty familiar with the web order entry, you can move on to later in this video where we're going to get into managing stops and targets. So we're going to start at a very high level, then we'll drill down. But hopefully we get through this pretty quickly. So I'm on a test system here that is for Forex. Your series of choices up here will look different, but if you do have a Trade It button, that's not what you want to select. To access the web order entry, you first you'll be in My Systems. You select the PEP portfolio or model portfolio that you are managing. If you have multiple, you'll see them here, but you want to select the one that you're managing. And then you want to use the New Trade button. That's what gets you over to the order entry screen. Okay? So we're now on the order entry screen, and the first thing you'll notice is that most often it will default to Forex. Okay, you do have some drop downs for other options here. The PEP program is only for single instruments. So if you're trading stocks, obviously don't select Forex. If you're trading options, don't select Forex. But this video is meant for the Forex traders, so we're going to have it set to Forex, and then we go ahead and we can start typing in Euro USD. And you'll see that it comes up. Now we're going to make this darker. It's not as dark as we'd like, so it's kind of faint down here. And the assumption, folks, is that you're using another charting package or some place that you're also getting your quotes. This quote server is extremely reliable. It runs during all times that the Forex markets are open, which is essentially almost 24 hours. But you definitely want to be checking it against your another data source just to make sure that it's correct. And again, we do understand that it's kind of faint down here. So the current bid on the euro is 1.27112. You can see we take it out to 5 decimal points in here at the time that I'm making the video. So it's going to default to buy to open. This is important because in just a moment I'll show you once we do a few things, this can switch off. Now, Main Street Alpha and in the PEP program, we do not support micros. Only minis and full lots. And in this case, a mini is just indicated by a 1, 2, 3. So if you wanted to do 5 mini lots, you put in 5. If you want to do 1 mini lot, again, we do not support micros. That's important. So we're just going to do a 5, and the first order is going to be very simple. It's just going to be a market order. There you go. It was filled it as a day order, and you'll see it down here. Okay, so you'll see now that we have that in our trade blotter and it's down in our open positions. The trade blotter, folks, for a market order is only going to remain there for a little while, and this will get out of the way. It won't be there any longer, but the trade blotter will remain open for stops and targets, which we didn't do in this order. We'll do it in just a moment. Now, one of the things that I like to do, by the way, I'm doing this in Chrome, but it should be the same in all of the browsers, is once I have an order on and there's an order pending, I like to come up here and go back to the original model portfolio page. Okay, this is back to the model portfolio page, and I want to make sure that I see it there under open positions as well. So 99.9% of the time, or almost 100, the website will always match up there, but it's good to also just go and make sure it's in your open positions here in the test system instruments. This is of course the same if you're using MetaTrader or TradeStation or NinjaTrader, especially even more so. You want to come back anytime you have placed an order on your platform. You want to make sure that it's also in the website. But when you're using the website itself, you can be very, very certain that it's over there in the account as well. And you can see the open position right here. All right, so now one way that we can close this, again, we did not have a profit target or a stop, so we're just going to go ahead and hit close. And you'll notice that it pops in the order, sell to close 5, and the default is market. I go ahead and hit submit, and there you go, it's done. Okay, now very important thing to point out, you see it'll stay in the trade blotter a little bit, no open positions. If we come back here, refresh, reload the page, we'll see that that order is no longer open and it's closed. Okay, so far so good, done and dusted with that. Now, here's an area where we see some people make mistakes, and it's natural because they've just closed an order, for instance, and they come back here and they want to, this time we'll buy 3, and the symbol is Euro USD. You can see now that once we've begun to put it in the first couple times, it's going to understand that we're Forex traders, and it's going to give us this nice drop-down menu to select from. Now I'm going to go ahead and, but hold on, let's stop for a second. What's going on over here? Sell to close. See, it's still set to sell to close. So you want to go back here and go buy to open. Now, if that's, of course, if that's our intent is to go long and buy to open, of course we could sell to open, but we don't want to be selling to close. Now, if we went and continued that order, it will warn us that there's nothing to sell to close because we're flat. But just keep in mind, you kind of want to work left to right and make sure that your order is set up the way you want to. While I'm talking about that, there's a few other things up here to point out and be aware of. So all these orders are going to be good till canceled. They can be switched to day order. That doesn't apply as much to Forex, but keep that in mind. And then I'm also building this little breadcrumbs up here so I can go and just revisit orders that or instruments and pairs that I've been trading. All right, so now I'm going to buy to open. I'm also going to do it at market, but at this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my targets. And again, you don't have to go out to 5 digits. You can if you want. So I'm buying to open 3 Euro USD Forex at market. Profit is 128. Stop loss is 126. Go ahead and hit submit. Okay, so now I have a little bit more stuff going on here, right? I have an order cancels order. So I bought those at market. There's my stop. There's my limit. All right. Now, there are a couple different ways that we can interact with this. So questions we get sometimes is, how do I move my stop? How do I move my target? Well, the answer is you do it right here, and you do it on the individual order. All right. So, for instance, if this is the stop for this, and the market's moving in my favor, I wanted to move that to 127. I come in here and hit replace, and you see up here you're about to replace the highlighted order. That's the one that's highlighted right there. And I'm going to move my stop from 126. But again, before I do that, let's look left to right. Yes, it's still a sell to close 3 because it's a stop order. That's the right instrument. It's in Forex. And I'm going to move my stop to, let's just say 126.755, something like that. I go ahead and hit submit. Okay. Now you got to give it a little bit, and it'll clean this up. So now let's recount what we have here. We have a Euro USD at market that was filled, a stop that is now at 1.26775, and this stop at 126 has been canceled, and our sell limit is still working. Okay, so let's leave that order alone for now, and we're going to go ahead and do another order in here. We're going to go do, now I just hit the pound dollar, right? And you can see again it's still set to sell to close. But let's say I want to just short this one. I'm going to sell it to open. I'm going to do a 9 lot. And in this case, what I want is I want to sell it at a little higher price. So 161,385 is what I'm going to sell it at. If it's hard to see this on the video, the current bid is 161,366. So I'm going to go to 161,385. I'm going to put my stop loss, just to make it simple, up here at 163, and I'm going to put my profit target. And you'll see that since I'm a seller now, right, I'm selling to open, it has reversed these in a natural way. So now the stop loss is above the current market price, or the limit price, and the profit target is below. All right. So when we were buyers, those were reversed. So it's using some natural logic that we'd expect. So now I'm going to go ahead and just hit a profit target way down here. So I'm selling to open 9 of the pound dollar Forex at 161,385, which is about 30 pips. Excuse me, from the current price. So I go ahead and hit submit. Okay, you entered an order. This seems much larger than your typical order. Is it okay to do this? So that I have this system set up, and most of the model portfolios are going to be set up that any time you do an order larger than 5 mini lots, you're going to get this warning until such time as you establish a little bit of a pattern. So you may or may not see this if initially you started trading and you were trading much bigger size. It's going to be based on what your historical trading is. Since there's not a lot of historical trading in this account, it's going to give me that warning. I'm going to go ahead and place the order anyway, which is what I want to do. And now you'll see I have my Euro orders working, and I have my pound orders working as well. I got filled my Euro because I did it at market. My pound are pending. And again, now I have 3 orders here. If you're not familiar with order cancel orders, these 2 orders are going to be live when this one is actually filled, and I can cancel and replace any of the parts of this particular leg. If I go ahead and cancel the source part of it, the sell to open initial, it will automatically cancel these other 2 because they're contingent on this first one occurring. Okay, let's look at a couple other scenarios, and I'll go through a few troubleshooting tips, and then we'll end here with this Forex web order entry video. So if I wanted to go and close just partial of these open positions that I have on the euro, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the close button right next to it, and you'll see that it's going to default to the amount that I'm currently long or short. So if I wanted to only take off 1, I could go ahead and say sell to close 1, and that's what I want to do because I'm long, so I would sell to close it. I'm going to do it at market and go ahead and hit submit. Okay, so you'll see that order got. Now this is also something that we've gotten some comments on. We're going to look at, there's maybe another way to do this. So it's not really indicating my open positions here. You have to do the math essentially, folks, and this is both on this screen as well as the way it would look on the test system over here, or your model portfolio page. So if I come down here, I bought 3, I sold 1, so I'm really still long 2. It'd be better if this just said, long 2 somehow, so you can see that. And we're gonna change that, but for now, understand that this is the way it looks here. So I'm long 2 because I bought 3 and I closed 1, so I'm still long 2. That's the way to interpret that. Now, what I wanted you to notice though is when I took that off, right? Originally I bought to open 3 at market, good till canceled, and I was filled. It did not change my targets and stops. Okay, so the logic is not there for that. All right, another order entry issue that we'll be addressing at some point in the future. But for now, just know that when you do that, when you take that off that way, you have to come in here and adjust your stops and targets as well. All right, and the way you would do that is, what would you do? You'd replace, and you'd change it from 3 to 2, and submit. Okay, there's a way you can do these both at the same time, but I'm just sort of showing how that works. And then you're going to replace that from 3 to 2. And at the same time, folks, you could change your stop or target value at the same time and change the quantity. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. We covered a number of different scenarios there. Let me give you a few other troubleshooting tips that we're seeing, just so you can be aware of. You might see that an order doesn't go through, or that something gets closed out. Keep in mind what your margin and buying power is for your system. All right, the model portfolio systems start with either 10,000, 15,000, or 25,000, depending on what level PEP you're at, or in a trial. Trials are either 10,000 or 15,000, and know that there's margin requirements for that. And the way you can see that is you'd come over here and you want to take a look at what you're starting. I clicked the little magnifying glass there. So starting in this account, it was with 25,000. What's my buying power? What's my equity? What's my margin? So you have to keep that in mind. We see that, folks, since it is, keep in mind, it's not fantasy baseball, folks. You're really competing to be professional traders here, and take this very seriously. So definitely don't enter trades or size that would not be part of your normal system. But if you come in here and throw around 3 lots, 5 lots, and I mean full lots on a $10,000 or $15,000 account, you're going to use up a lot of your margin, and you may see that orders get either rejected or not put through properly. So keep your margin in mind. That's an important component. And then the other issue that we see is, we do see, folks, because Forex is like, let me go back to the euro again. Let's go to something like the euro yen. This is not the greatest UI, and we know that, so we're expecting that folks are looking at those prices on another chart. We see that sometimes people transpose digits here, their stop loss or their profit target, and if you transpose a digit significantly, there's no warning yet for that. So essentially, you can come in at market, have your stop loss at the wrong price, and see that you transposed a digit, and it's going to close out that position right away. So do your best to check. Let me point out one other thing. I don't recommend using this interface. We're not supporting it anymore. Our friends over our software partner is not supporting it as much anymore. But if you did want to hit this use previous version, what it will do for you Forex traders is bring up real-time Forex quotes right here. So that's also kind of helpful. You see the interface here is a little different. It looks mostly looks similar. So if you did want to just double check right here, you can do that, and then you upgrade to the new order screen, and that's going to get you back to the one that we're looking at. All right. So I know this was kind of a long video. Hopefully it was helpful for those that are using the web order interface for trading Forex in the PEP or model portfolio program or on trial. As always, you can use the search function on the support page, type in whatever you're looking for. Give you a quick example of that. You just come over here to, I'm just going to do it from right here, mainstreetalpha.com support, and type in whatever you're looking for. Let's say you were trading with Ninja. You could just type in Ninja, and you'll see all of the various support articles that have to do with Ninja, and you'll actually see the one that you're watching right now under web entry. We have several under web entry, web order entry, how to place trades using the website. This video is how to place trades in Forex on the website. All right. Again, this is Rod with Main Street Alpha and the PEP program. I'd like to remind you to always trade like you mean it. Thanks for listening. We look forward to working with you further. Keep those questions coming at support@mainstreetalpha.com. Thanks.